start tonight with something I couldn't believe this story when it broke late today. Truly out of this world. According to what is now an explosive expose in the publication The Debrief, a former Intel official turned whistleblower has given Congress and the Intel community inspector general extensive classified information about deeply covert programs that he says possess retrieved and intact and partially intact craft of non-human origin.
You are one of the most trusted former intelligence officials in the US defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grusch sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's reporting for News Nation and has spent years reporting on the UFO question.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No. I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me they were a part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And they told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof, that there was, in fact, a program that the UAP task force was not read into.
Grusch alleges the U.S. government has recovered non-human craft for decades. He's filed a whistleblower complaint saying he gave what he calls the classified proof to Congress and the intelligence community inspector general.
If you're right, if you're telling us the truth, everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well,
non-human?
naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
It's also harder for people to wrap their minds around the concept of a crashed object from somewhere else. It's easier to accept that, yeah, we see things in the sky that we can't explain.
McCain says she has multiple sources who back up Grusch's story.
I believe it because of all the sources I have who have told me the same thing. So who am I to doubt these very, very high-level people who have been inside these programs for decades, have done their work, and are all telling me the same thing? I mean, I don't think there's some kind of conspiracy among all these people who don't know each other to make something like this up.
So I've got to be blunt about this. Yeah. You're not making this up. This is not a lie.
No, absolutely not.
Because everybody watching this right now is looking at your face. They're going, is this guy for real?
I am for real. And I'm sitting here at great personal risk and obvious professional risk by talking to you today.
I'll tell you, I've long been skeptical of these claims. These claims of crash retrieval programs have been around for decades, as you said. I've been skeptical of those claims for that very reason. I was in the government. I didn't think that it was possible to keep that kind of a secret. That said, the Inspector General of the intelligence community has ruled and deemed the allegations made by this whistleblower credible and urgent. It's a direct quote. So I think this is worth investigating. I want Congress to really buckle down and investigate, and I want the inspectors general to do their due diligence and to do their duty.
Yeah, well, and now we understand, thanks to the great reporting that's been done on this, that Congress not only has the hearings that they have had on UFOs, but now oversight. The Oversight Committee is going to be working on this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Something tells me we're going to have you back to talk about this because this story is not over. Elizabeth Vargas first shared the exclusive report yesterday, and here with even more on, is it one secret program allegedly, Elizabeth, or is it multiple programs that this whistleblower said is being kept from Congress?
He says it's one secret program with multiple different quote-unquote non-human craft. So it's a program within a program, which is not unusual, Leland. There are many programs that can be very siloed, especially when you go into intelligence matters. But he says it's the secret program that they've had several different non-human aircraft that they've been studying. And tonight on the show, he goes into more depth into why he's so certain those aircraft are not made of this earth, the materials that they're made of. And how long, apparently, Department of Defense and Pentagon sources have been studying these. And why he thinks this is a national security issue. It was interesting listening to your guest just now. We've also had Navy pilots and other witnesses who've noticed these UAPs or UFOs, as they're known colloquially, hovering over sensitive military installations and several installations that have nuclear weapons. So it's unclear what these are, and very unclear why they're there in this very sensitive area. So there are some national security questions and concerns as well.
I've been told that there have been attempts to bring down craft, that we've acted offensively against non-human craft.
There have been instances, and there are certain techniques.
Have human beings been hurt or killed by a non-human intelligence?
While I can't get into the specifics because that would reveal certain U.S. classified operations, I was briefed by a few individuals on the program that there were malevolent events like that.